Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rhino Construction Online School. In this lesson, we'll learn how to quickly model a rhino based on CAD frequency profiles of the curtain wall and the keel. And then according to the credit model, export numbered drawings of curtain walls and keels. There are also production and processing drawings. What about this same GH program? It is suitable for the aluminum sheet industry. So let's look at the results. What about this result? We can see the same plates then. It is numbered with the same. This facilitates production and processing statistics. And this one? It's the production and processing statistics. Each of the same number. How many pieces does it have? And then? And this one? It's every curtain wall. Production processing diagram. This one even has the folded edges added in as well. So what's the process like? If you have me as a GH program. Because of this GH program, I'll apply it to everyone when the time comes. So then how do we apply it to our lesson? First, how do you apply it to the next lesson? I will systematically explain each battery pack's appliance. First you have to apply our BusHoop program. First you have to open it from our new visitor resources. The 13th in the Aluminum Curtain Wall Online School Materials. Knowledge Point 6. Open this credit model. And then again, you have to open up this PostTube electronic program group. So how do you apply it? First let's take a look. Let's turn off the post class group. In the first place, we need there is that CAD frequency throw for curtain wall and keel. What about the CAD frequency throws when you pull up to the curtain wall and keel? You can drag and drop directly into the Rhino interface. Or just turn it on. Rhinoceros is able to open CAD files directly. What about opening CAD files? It can also be done with a command like this. 2-point and 3-point positioning. There's also the rotate and move command. You've aligned these CAD drawings. You have to be aligned in the spatial position. What about this alignment action? That's what Rhino teaches. What about this lesson? I'll leave it at that. You can look up our pre-seen lesson from the last session. It's a relatively basic exercise for a Rhino. And when the drawings are right? What about us? Need to see the results. First of all, what about this result? Let's take a look at what it contains. It contains the keel. What about the keel we made? To be based on the reality of cut out what needs to be cut out. We need to split it up. What about this cross-section of the whalebone? It's still complicated. This is the vertical keel. We also have a cross keel. And what about the transverse keel? What about in the middle? It's a cut through the vertical keel. What about the machining data for the keel? We could also just apply this one program. You can get it. The number of this keel. How many formations are there? How many roots are there in each one? We can all get. And what about this curtain wall panel? It's the same. We can do this through the. What about this electronics group? Capture the length of each curtain wall, length of the 4 sides, and the area, and the amount of it, and the curtain wall. It is also necessary to derive the machining diagrams of a folded edge as well. In the first place, after you've prepared the CAD drawings, and then, we need, because we know that the keel and the curtain wall, we just watched this. It is necessary to make a split. Let's take a look at the curtain wall. It's going to split up into slits. And then, what do you need? It's a split point for the curtain wall. And what about the keel splitting point? Find out. First we're going to use the Rhino approach here. I'll find these split points. This is the horizontal division point of the curtain wall. I'm going to order them all. Then the vertical split point of the curtain wall, we have to. Vertical segmentation point, we're going to order this one too. What about in CAD drawings? All will reflect where this split point is. You just have to look carefully at the CAD drawings. In that case, what happens when you click over? And then wheel. Starting to apply this one pipe patch. So how do you apply it? First we need to make a face. It's just picking up this face. What about this noodle? Hiccup, you start by just squeeze out one side. Because we can combine it with Grasho. At first, but what about this side? It will have a requirement. I'll retract for a moment. What does it require? This one requires the front to face out. What do you mean by positive? Just like backside facing in. And then? The advantage is vertically facing up. V is the left and right direction. That means that the pasta you made? What about the 4 directions of UVW? You better. If you want to apply this to me later, you have to be the same as me. In other words, you want to make this arrow? This way. Toward this side of the bar. And then? Red. Look at the red one facing this way. And this? If anything, you're not doing it right. You can reverse it. Let's say this is the wrong side. You'll reverse it. And what about this U? UV, you see this U is red, it's up and down. If that's not true, you're right. Let's say it's not right now, you're going to have to swap. And then? And there's this U direction. What about this direction? The direction of this face, you see where it starts here. It's going up. If say you reverse it like this U, then the arrow is pointing down. That's not right. Reverse it. And what about this green arrow? It's looking this way. That's what you do with this parameter. What you have to do with this command follows the general prerequisites. You've got to get it right. Because we need some prerequisites to apply it. And what happens after the prerequisites have been fulfilled? What about us? Need to get these points. Just now we are using is the curtain wall of these division point A. You use this on CAD. Because there are dimensions in CAD. You point it out. What happens when you click on it? You have to know how to get in. How do you pick it up? If you say you are GRA after 0 basis A, I'm just teaching Grasshopper 0 basics how to use it, haha. That's it. That's it. Right-click. Pick it up. And then what? How do I pick it up? It's the same. There's so many points here. You have to pick it up inside. Then you pick up what you picked up and you give it to him. You're using it. You just give it to him. And then this point A, if anything, you don't know how to find these commands. You just copied this, didn't you? Copy that. And what about this point? You're going to lose what you want, too. Right-click, losing multiple points this way. So you better lose them one by one in order. And then he came in. This is the way to lose points. And then this is the vertical division point of the curtain wall. This is the vertical division point. You need to know where to go. And then the horizontal division point see that this is the way it is. And then? I'm here to know when to take a point. It's just a matter of recognizing them in a certain order. So I wrote the Chinese memorized is favorable Just don't understand the pipe consequences, but those who want to apply our plugin program. Usable. And then what about this? Also right-click to pick it up. Pick them up one by one. Keep coming in order. All you have to do then is give it to him. This is then the lateral edge of the curved surface of the curtain wall. What about the side? What's the first thing you do? You have to copy it out with Rhino. And then? Find a line. Use this line to get yourself in. And what happens after the necessary conditions are met here? What about us? And what about this point? The same is true of these vertical divisions above. You just have to copy it CTRL-CL-CTLV. Just pull it down here. Pull it over. Pull over, then just lend it to him. Then pick up this curtain wall, this one, or copy the one above. And then this, and this is where the keel splits. Just now we are losing is the wooden wall. This is the split point of the keel. This is a copy of the curved edge line of the curtain wall. This one's for the curtain wall. Horizontal division point. I wrote the same words as above, you just copied it from above. And then? We're gonna do this keel. We also need. Right-click and you can use this to zoom in and out so that you can see. It's just that this battery is exactly what, sometimes you don't know. Because sometimes you can't see it when it's small. And then we use a little scroll wheel. Then find this one.